A key looks like a tiny piece of metal. You may have one in your pocket. Your parents may have one on a key ring. There may be one for your house, your car, your mailbox, or your bike lock. But here is the funny thing. A key is small, but it has a very big job. It decides who can go in and who must stay out. So today, let's look at the history of keys. Long before keys were small and shiny, people had the same problem we have today. They had things they wanted to protect: food, tools, clothes, homes, treasures, and sometimes secrets. If you leave something outside, anyone can take it. So people started asking a simple question: how do I close this and make sure only I can open it? That question gave us the lock, and once there was a lock, people needed a key. One of the oldest kinds of locks was made from wood. Imagine a wooden door. Inside the lock there are little wooden pins. These pins block the door from opening. Now imagine a special wooden key. When you push it into the lock, it lifts the pins in just the right way. Click. The door can open. That is the basic magic of a key. It is not really magic, of course. It is shape. The key has the right shape. The lock is waiting for that shape. If the shape is wrong, the lock says no. If the shape is right, the lock says yes. That is why a key is like a tiny password you can hold in your hand. And here is a question for you. If you could make a key that opened one secret door, what would be behind it? A candy room? A treasure room? A room full of games? Write your answer in the comments. As time went on, people learned to make stronger locks. Wood was useful, but metal was stronger. Metal locks could protect bigger doors. Metal keys could last longer, and they could be made into more detailed shapes. In ancient Rome, some people even wore keys like rings. That sounds strange today, but think about it. If your key is on your finger, you probably will not lose it. And it also shows something important. A key was not just a tool, it was a sign. It could say, this is my home, this is my chest, this is my room, this is something I am trusted with. Keys became connected to power and trust. If someone gave you a key, they were saying, I trust you. Even today, that feeling is still here. When someone gives you a house key, it feels important. When a hotel gives you a room key, that room becomes yours for a little while. When a teacher gives someone a key to a cabinet, that person has a special job. A key is small, but it carries trust. For a long time, keys were big. Some old keys were heavy iron keys. They looked like something from a castle. They had long stems, large handles, and little teeth at the end. Those teeth were important. Inside the lock there were hidden parts. The key had to move past them in the right way. If the key was wrong, it would bump into the wrong place. The lock would stay closed. If the key was right, everything lined up. Click, open. This made locks harder to trick, and it made keys more personal. Your key was not just any piece of metal, it was made for one lock, or at least it was supposed to be. Then homes, shops, offices, and cities grew. More people had doors, more people had boxes, more people had things to protect. So keys became more common, they became smaller, flatter, easier to carry. The modern house key is a good example. Look at one closely. One side is not smooth. It has little cuts and bumps. Those cuts are not random, they are a code. Inside many modern locks are tiny pins. Each cut on the key lifts one pin to the right height. If every pin reaches the right place, the lock turns. If even one pin is wrong, the lock stays shut. So when you put a key into a door, something very quick is happening inside. Tiny pieces are moving. They are checking the shape. They are asking, is this the right key? And if the answer is yes, click. You are in. Here is another question. What is the most important key in your life? Your house key? A car key? A diary key? A bike lock key? Or maybe a password that acts like a key? Write it in the comments. But keys did not stop being metal. Today, many keys do not look like keys at all. A hotel card can be a key. A car button can be a key. A number code can be a key. Your fingerprint can be a key. Your face can even unlock a phone. That sounds very modern, but the idea is still old. The lock is still asking, are you allowed in? And the key is still answering, yes. Only now, the key might be a card, or a chip, or a password, or a part of your body. The shape changed, but the job stayed the same. Keys help us protect things. They protect our homes. They protect our rooms. They protect bikes, cars, lockers, phones, and computers. But they also do something else. They give us a feeling. When a door is locked, we feel that something is safe. When we hold the key, we feel that we have control. When we unlock a door, it feels like entering our own little world. That is why keys are so powerful. Not because they are big, they are not. Not because they are expensive, most are not. Keys are powerful because they turn closed into open. They turn not yours into yours. And they turn a simple door into a promise. Only the right person can enter. So the next time you see a key, do not think of it as just a tiny piece of metal. Think of it as one of the oldest everyday ideas in the world. A small tool for trust, safety, secrets, and home. If you enjoyed this simple history of keys, like the video, subscribe to History of Everyday Items and tell us in the comments, what everyday item should we explain next?